Greetings. Today I want to talk about raising capital. Now, I remember sending out one of my quotes, and a lot of you receive a lot of my quotes over the year, and I remember making a quote, and I said that my conversation was holding me back. Well, what I meant by that is understanding the language about business is a whole nother process of learning about how to communicate what it is that you need. Now, in raising capital, a lot of people call me and they say, Spencer, I need some money, or I want some money. Well, the first thing that I'm asking is, I'm asking an approach as the lender would ask you these particular type of questions. Now, in raising capital, there are three types of capital. There's a startup capital, there's a working capital, and then there's an expansion capital. Now, in the startup capital, that is the capital that you need to start your venture. Now, working capital, that means from a working capital standpoint, that's saying that you are already in business and you need working capital for maybe the next 6 months. Now, expansion capital, that means also that you're in business and you're looking for capital to expand your current business model. Now, again, we're talking about startup capital, working capital, and expansion capital. Now, here's the tricky part about this. Now, again, when we're talking about raising capital, this is a touchy subject, and when you begin to start talking about money, what it did for me was it exposed the financial condition that I'm in. Now, what your lender is going to ask you, they're going to ask you about your credit. Now, nobody wants to talk about credit, but it is a conversation that you must have in today's market. You want to talk about your cash flow. Cash flow meaning how much money do you have coming in at this current time. And then we want to talk about collateral. Now, collateral is something that if to secure the loan, the lender is going to ask you for some collateral to secure the loan, or whatever lender that you may go. Now, there's so many different, when we're talking about raising capital, there's so many different types of creative financing, and there's different types of methods to raising capital. But what I want to do is just teach you the language so you'll know what type of capital that you need. You either need startup capital, working capital, expansion capital. What you want to be mindful of is your credit, your cash flow, and your collateral. That's another session with Spencer.